cooking segment with Tanisha, Erica, and I. Today we're going to be doing all sorts of pizzas, okay? And it's not going to be your traditional pizza. We want to be different this time. Today I will be demonstrating how to make a cauliflower crust pizza, okay? So instead of your normal bread, you're going to have cauliflower. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
No? Do you know what the vegetable looks like? It's
Oh,
this, yeah, it looks parts over here, okay? Um, what you can do with it is you can make a vegetable broth, a vegetable soup, add it to like a stir fry, find interesting ways to use it. If you also have like rabbits or like animals, you can go ahead and feed this to them as well, okay? So setting that aside, what we're gonna do is after we have washed the cauliflower, we're gonna chop it up into small pieces. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use a food processor. And the one that I am using is really tiny. So what we're going to do is, you don't have to be perfect. You can just, let me see if I can bring you guys a little bit closer here. Oh, that's about it. Okay, it's okay. But basically you can just chop it up roughly into small little pieces that will fit into your food processor, whether that is big or small. I don't know which one you're using, but mine is quite tiny, okay? So I have my cauliflower there. Let's pretend we chop the whole entire head, okay? So we're gonna transfer it over to another bowl over here. So collecting everything, every little piece, and we're gonna throw it in there, okay? So we have it in here. Now, you know how I love my stations. We're gonna go over to the next station and you get to see my house as well. All right. You get to see my cool little friend here, air fryer, and also a juicer that I showed before too. It's all in this corner. All right. So we're going to be using the assistive device of a food processor. This one's actually called the Handy Chopper Plus. It kind of just roughly chops up your food. However, if you don't have that, we can use what's this called, guys?
cheese grater.
Cheese grater, food grater, right? You can use this and you can just grate it away and you get the same exact texture, okay? Today, I'm gonna make my life so much easier by using this mini one. We might have to do it in small chunks at a time, but I prepared ahead of time, so we're not gonna be here all day, okay? So first
I
of
have
all, oh yeah.
one of the blades in here.
Oh, cool. Is that like a
cheese splitter? It's
Mhm.
one of the container of blades for this.
Oh, cool. Okay. You're gonna be using that later, Jessica?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill the little food chopper, food processor up, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and put on the lid. So let me go ahead and slide this lid onto my food processor. Let's see how it goes. All right, we're gonna clip it on and we're gonna press this button. It's really easy. All right, and in a regular food processor, make sure that you don't over process it or it turns into a mush. But this one's really cool. Even when I'm done, it just turns into, I think it's overexposed, but it turns into like a flour texture. You see that? That's gonna be your cauliflower, it's gonna be a part of your cauliflower crust. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to add our raw cauliflower. I think these ones I cooked ahead of time. Yes. So we're just gonna leave this aside. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it into a microwave bowl, okay? And you're gonna pop it into the microwave for 8 minutes, okay? And I already did this one. I already, microwaved it ahead of time, so we don't have to sit here for 8 minutes. So here, pretend, okay, it's done, ding. All right, so we have our cauliflower and it's all good to go. All right, to this cauliflower. Can you use this, guys? It's so flowery. What do we have to do? Some science. Okay, so for the science project, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one egg, and you can kind of crack it on the side of the bowl here like this, and you're gonna drop it in there. Bloop. Okay. I forgot to mention for the cauliflower, You need about 1 cup cooked cauliflower. So this is already 1 cup, okay? And then we're gonna add 1 egg into there. So after we put the 1 egg, we're gonna go ahead and get our shredded mozzarella cheese. Okay, let me just show you guys how it looks like. Okay, and we're gonna make 1 cup of that. So what I do is I kind of just hover it above my bowl here like this, and I just kind of grab some mozzarella and I just kind of throw it in there. All right. All right, guys, so we have about 1 cup of mozzarella and we're gonna add it to the egg and cauliflower mixture. Okay, aside here. All right, there we go. Okay, and then now we're just gonna take our fork and we're just gonna kind of mash everything together. Okay, so it takes some arm muscles and some science to do this. Okay, so it's coming together. All right, so after the egg is broken up, it doesn't have to be perfectly mixed because we're gonna mix it some more in 1 second. We're gonna add our cool seasonings, okay? Our seasoning kind of acts as extra vitamins for our food and extra flavor. Okay, so we're gonna be using basil, okay? It's really popular in pizzas and Italian cooking. So I'm gonna open this guy up and I'm gonna take 1.5 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon. Make sure you're using teaspoon and not tablespoon. I used tablespoon earlier for one and I had a lot of basil and oregano kick in my pizza. Unless you're into that, I recommend using the correct one. All right, so we have about 1 teaspoon into our mixture, okay? Next, we're going to do, let's see, oregano. Oregano is another super ultra spice. It's really good in Italian cuisines. So we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up. All right, and then we're gonna do another teaspoon. Okay, another teaspoon. This one's fragrant. And then we're just gonna toss it into our mixture here, okay? We're adding a boost of flavor into our cauliflower crust, okay? All right, and then next we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoon of chopped up garlic. Okay, I just finely chopped this up. It's a little bit on the chunky side, but that's okay. We will live. All right, so about 1 teaspoon of that. It's okay if it overflows a little bit, because the thing is that everything is gonna get cooked down, and the more you have in there, just the more garlic flavor you're gonna have. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of garlic salt. Okay, let me show you garlic salt. All right, so today we're learning a whole bunch of spices and different names here and different flavors. Garlic salt right into our mixture as well, okay? All right, guys, we're almost there. And then we're just gonna finish mixing everything together. Is it starting to look like pizza crust to you guys? A little bit?
Yeah.
It's
Not even
yeah,
close.
not even close. Well, it's a healthier alternative to pizza crust. When you actually spread it out onto your parchment paper, I'll teach you guys about that in 1 second. It actually, it actually forms kind of like a crust. It's not as messy as pizza crust, I would have to say. And this is not your typical pizza where you just pick it up and eat it with your hands. You actually eat it with like a fork and a spoon. It's a really interesting recipe, okay? So we're gonna mix the guy up and it's already all mixed up now, okay? And then what we're gonna do next is we're going to get, your parchment paper. But sadly, guys, I thought I had parchment paper, but I had wax paper at home. Can you guys put wax paper inside of the oven?
Yeah, I did last week.
You did last week? What happened to it?
Blowed up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
dear.
no good, huh? No bueno.
It's no good. So it's great. It's great for microwave ovens. So I have wax paper here. It says great for microwave ovens. Obviously, I'm not using a microwave oven. I'm using a pizza oven. And that can bring it up to a really high temperature, okay? You don't want to put wax paper in a very high temperature oven because wax melts, right? So you don't want it to melt and you don't want it all over your food as well. It's good for, let's say you already baked your good and you want to rest it on top of something and give it to someone. It's perfect for that. However, make sure you're using parchment paper. Sadly, Shua is a little bit unprepared today, so no parchment paper, but I do have foil, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna over oil this foil here, and I'm gonna pop it into the pizza oven. I highly recommend parchment paper, not foil or not wax paper, but this will do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my olive oil and I'm just gonna kind of pour it onto my my foil here. Let's see if you guys can see me. Oh. All right. And then we're gonna take maybe the back of a clean spoon, or you can use your hands if they're clean. Mine are, but I'm just gonna go ahead and spread it with my spoon here. And I'm just gonna kind of spread it all over the place here. All right, guys. Cool, cool, cool. And now we're gonna add our our pizza crust that we made with cauliflower, okay? And it actually forms kind of like pizza. So let's go ahead and put it down here. So I'm gonna kind of scoop it. All right. And then you're gonna take your hands and you're just gonna kind of press it into the shape of a pizza, okay? Are pizzas shaped like squares, like circles, like triangles? What are they shaped as?
Circles.
Circles. Thank you, Tanisha. Yeah, circles. But if you want to get creative and you want to create squares, by all means, okay? It is your kitchen, it is your food, and you're going to be eating it. If you like squares, go ahead and make squares. All right, so it's kind of rounded out like this.
It looks like pizza crust now.
It looks like pizza crust now that it's on the foil here. Make sure it's parchment paper, guys. I highly recommend parchment papers. Okay, so cool. And then make sure that your oven is preheated to 450 degrees. And go ahead and take this guy and pop it in there, okay? And you're gonna pop it in there for 15 minutes to crisp it. And after you're done, let me show you magic. I'm gonna move this one out of the way. All right, after you're done, you're gonna get something that kind of looks like this. Does it resemble pizza just a little bit, guys?
Good job. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so we have the little pizza crust there. Let me go ahead and wipe my hands. And now we're gonna add the fun toppings, okay? The fun toppings. So, you know, you can get pizza sauce or whatever you want, but I find that good old Prego works for so many things. Today I'm using tomato, basil, and garlic, just because I feel that those flavors are really good. Okay, let's see. So make sure your hands are dry, and usually you can kind of pop this open with just your hands, okay? Takes a little bit of muscles, but if I can do it, you guys can do it, okay? So just make sure your hands are dry. And we're gonna take our clean spoon and we're gonna take pizza sauce, or our spaghetti sauce in this case, and we're just gonna spread it on our pizza, okay? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna spread it all over. Okay. And we're gonna leave the sides out because that's kind of how you get your crust. And it's okay if, you know, you go over it with a little bit of sauce, you know, it's still gonna taste really, really yummy when you're done, okay? All right, guys, so we have our pizza sauce on it. What do you usually like on your pizzas?
Pineapple.
Pineapples? Wow.
Yeah.
Mostly
So-
cheese and stuff, you know, like a lot of cheese, but also like some pepperoni and sausages too.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds exquisite. I like it. So I'm also using a spring mix. I'm going a little bit healthier today, so we're just gonna put some spring mix on top of our pizza as well here. Let's see. A little bit of spring mix just for color, like a pop of color, pop of flavor. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take some onions, some thinly sliced onions, and I'm also gonna sprinkle that on top. I like that touch of like spice kind of thing, because onion has that little spicy flavor. All right. And then last but not least is everyone's favorite, the meat. Okay, so I'm using turkey. I wanted to be healthier. My husband was like, turkey or the regular? I was like, turkey, because we're gonna be healthy now. Okay, so I'm gonna take, you know, it's already into little bits and pieces, so we're gonna kind of sprinkle that over here. Okay. And sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm loading it up. Okay. And this is how it looks like, guys. All right.
Awesome, Parnum.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Steven. And I'm gonna put a little bit more cheese in the top, just to kind of bind everything together. A little bit more cheese, and then we're gonna go over to the oven now, okay? All right, oven it is. There's the oven. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the pizza compartment. This one has the pizza part. So you pull it out like that. Okay. So usually for cauliflower, since you know it may fall through, that's why I recommend the parchment paper first before before you put the pizza on there. But today I'm using foil, like I said, and it's gonna look like this. And we're gonna pop it in here like this. And it's gonna be at 450 degrees, and we're gonna set it for at least 15 minutes, and we'll check on it again. Okay, so it's going in. Say goodbye. Bye. Good night. Sleep tight. And we're gonna put it at least for 15 minutes, and we just let it go. Okay. And then that is it. I will show you guys the outcome towards the end of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shua.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am going to introduce you guys to my little sous chef, Ethan.
Hello,
Say hi,
Ethan.
Ethan.
Hi.
He's going to help us today. I'm going to show you how to make mini personal naan pizzas. So does anybody know? Yeah, does anybody know what naan bread is?
Yes.
Tell us, Sean, what is it?
Naan bread is like a little small flat bread, that's, you tear it up. I've had it before. It's really good.
Yes, they're little flatbreads, and they're from the Indian cuisine, from the Indian culture. So I'm going to show you guys what I have. You can buy them already pre-made. These ones I got from Costco, Stonefire brand, little naan breads. These are just traditional, regular flatbread flavor, so they don't have any seasonings or anything. They're just like white bread. They're kind of like a cross between a tortilla and bread. So they're like I'm gonna take some out and show you real quick. So this is what they look like. So they're really flat and thin, but they're already like pre-cooked, not all the way, but pretty much mostly cooked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make little mini pizzas on these. I'm gonna give Ethan a couple so he can make his own. Here you go, Ethan. Now I'm gonna grab a couple so that I can make some. There we go. All right, so today for our recipe, it's super easy, super fast, and we are going to make our life easy, like Shua said, and use an assistive device while we make these pizzas. What our assistive device is the air fryer. So we're gonna make personal pizzas in the air fryer today. And it's gonna take 5 minutes after we put them together. So let me show you guys how. Ethan, you have some sauce. I'm gonna use my marinara sauce. It's already comes in a jar, super fast, super easy. You guys can see that, marinara. And we're going to just spread it on top of our naan bread. Really, really quickly. It's super easy. You only need about a tablespoon because they're mini, so you don't need a lot. I'm gonna preheat my air fryer, and I'm gonna put it on 350, and I'm gonna preheat it for I'm gonna preheat it, and we're gonna set the timer after it's preheating when we get the pizzas in for 5 minutes. So if you're like my husband, one of these is for my husband. He likes extra sauce, so I'll put a little bit extra for him. All right. Now we've got the sauce on. Now we're gonna add cheese. I have a mixed blend cheese here that's shredded, and I have mozzarella because we like lots of cheese. So me and Ethan are gonna pack the cheese on. Can you reach it, honey?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Just like you do regular pizzas, but they're just mini. So they're really, really fast and really, really easy. And I'm gonna put some fresh mozzarella on also, because I love fresh mozzarella. Do you want some fresh mozzarella too, Ethan?
Nah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use some Italian seasoning. You can use regular Italian seasoning, oregano, you can use basil, because those flavors, like Shua had mentioned earlier, go really well with Italian food, and pizza is an Italian food. I have a garlic and herb Italian seasoning blend that I'm gonna sprinkle on my pizza. I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle it right over the top. You want some seasonings, Ethan?
Nah.
Okay. And then Ethan's gonna use salami. So we have some salami that we chop to make small so that it fits on our mini pizzas. So we just chopped it into small triangles. We're gonna go ahead and add that to our pizza as well. We only need a few pieces because they're so small. Small pizzas. Okay. All right, you got yours. How are you doing?
Good.
Excellent. Are you ready? Okay, so now we're just gonna pop them into the air fryer. Just like that, we're done. So easy. This is what our pizzas look like. Let me go ahead and show you. This is one, see? They're
Whoa.
so cute and tiny, right?
I like the little mozzarella balls.
Yes, and it's fresh mozzarella. It's like my favorite thing. You want to show them yours?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now I'm pointing it in the camera.
Yep. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just pop them in very carefully because it's preheated, so it's hot already. I wanna be careful and watch my fingers. Don't wanna touch any of the hot parts. I'm gonna go ahead and add Ethan's as well. Super simple, guys. I'm gonna close it up, set the timer for 5 minutes, and it's ready to go. So 5 minutes, it's gonna be done. I'm gonna show you guys the pizza. Do you guys like to have sausage, or do you guys prefer to have veggies on your pizza?
Mushroom.
Or pepperoni?
Pepperoni, sausage,
Pepperoni.
pepperoni, sausage, all good. Yes.
Nice. What else does it go with the beans? Is it like
Beans,
refried
almost
beans
like
or
almost like a
whole beans?
tostada, basically like a tostada, but it's like a pizza. You buy the pizza crust already, and you just put everything on there like a tostada, basically.
Okay, cool. With cheese and beans and
Beans,
peppers or whatever
peppers,
you
meat.
like.
You
Huh?
can put meat as well. We usually put meat on it. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that. Thank you for sharing. That's so cool. Anybody else? You guys have any other cool ways that you make pizza?
I've had green onions in there.
I like green onions. Those are
Mhm.
good. They're especially good with white sauce and cheese and chicken too.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I think I lost my sous chef. He took off.
mm.
So let's see. All right. Erica, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So you can go ahead. I want to make sure you have enough time. And then me and Shua can show our finished pizzas at the end after you guys are done.
Okay, great. So, today, me and two other consumers, Jason and Jessica, we're gonna be demonstrating how we make our own dessert pizza. So there's no marinara, there's no cheese, there's cream cheese. But it's gonna be something really nice and sweet. But not, excuse me. Jessica is gonna be making a fruit dessert pizza, and then me and Jason, we're gonna be making a chocolate peanut butter dessert pizza with some candy and stuff like that. And then Jessica's gonna do some fruit slices on hers and use strawberry cream cheese. So we'll be showing you guys what it all turns out. So the first thing we're gonna do, Jason and I had made our pie crust before the meeting. So we decided to do an Oreo pie crust. So this is what it looks like. So Jason, do you have your pie crust out already?
Not yet.
Okay. When you get a chance, go ahead and pull it out. So, and then Jessica, she got hers already pre-made. So you can buy them at the store in a pie pan for about $2. Very inexpensive. You can make them yourself too. But she decided that she wanted hers already pre-made because later she's going to be demonstrating her mandolin. So we'll get to that in just a moment. So hang on tight, Jessica. I will be cueing you when we're ready for you, okay? So, Jason, are you ready? It's okay, take your time. So one of the first accessible tools I'll be using is a hand mixer. I'm going to be showing you how to put it together properly and safely, and then Jason is going to lower his camera so we can see his cooking prepping station, and he's going to be showing you how to hold it properly and how to use it properly, okay? So hand mixer is really good. There's also mixers that you don't need to use your hands at all. They have different levels. They have low, medium, and high. And it's super easy to clean up. And it's just nice not to use your hands so much and then you're hurting your arm and it's just gonna be too much. So let me see. What I'm gonna do, before I plug in my hand mixer, because some people have a mistake of plugging it in and accidentally turning it on when they're putting on these guys. And that is super duper dangerous. Do not do that, okay? I'm just saving you the energy and the pain and the hospital and the cast or whatever you're gonna need later. But put these on first before you actually plug it in. Even though you might have it off, sometimes this thumb, hear that? It can slip, okay? And this is a little bit of an older hand mixer. So I'm gonna make sure they're insecure. And that's how it is. So before I plug it in, let me just check on Jason real quick. How are you doing, Jason?
Good.
Okay, so do you have your cream cheese and peanut butter?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Jason, I'm gonna ask if you can lower your screen so everyone can see your table setup. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do that before we get started. A little bit higher for me, Jason. There. Teeny weeny bit lower, just a smidge, just a smidge. You're so perfect. All right, that's good. That's good. I think that's good, right, you guys? Can we see Jason?
Beautiful, yes. Thank
Awesome.
you, Jason.
All right, so I'm gonna be trying to talk to you guys, but I'm more gonna be directing Jason right now. So if you guys have any questions, so shoot them in the comments. Tanisha and I or Sheila will answer them as soon as possible, okay? So Jason, the first thing you're gonna do is take your softened cream cheese and put it in your bowl, okay? I'm gonna cut mine. Make sure you guys wash your hands before you prep anything. Do you remember how long we wash our hands for?
20.
Thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome.
So I'm gonna put my softened cream cheese in there, and I just only need one. So our pie filling for me and Jason is gonna be a peanut butter cream cheese filling. And Jessica's, it's just gonna be a strawberry cream cheese filling, and she bought it already pre-made. So Jessica, if you want, you can start spreading your cream cheese on your pie crust, okay? And then I'll call you when we're ready for you too, okay? So the second thing we're gonna put in is
Yeah, I think it's regular cream cheese. I didn't get the strawberry.
Oh, okay. Well, you can still use
Sorry.
regular cream cheese. It's okay. It'll still taste good.
Yeah.
Cream
Okay.
cheese is good, delicious. Do you guys love cream cheese?
I love cream cheese. Yeah.
I love
Absolutely.
cream cheese.
Yes,
Yes.
I love cream cheese. Yes.
Yeah. Steve, what about you?
No.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not for everybody. So I'm gonna measure out a cup of peanut butter, just regular creamy peanut butter. Okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. My spatula almost went off.
I need
Alright.
a napkin. Oops. Napkin.
So when I measure this out, I'm just gonna nuke it in the microwave for like 20 seconds because I want it to be a little bit of a liquidy consistency when I mix it in my cream cheese, and I'll explain why later. This is just my preference. You don't have to put it in the microwave and heat it up. You can mix it as is right now. But for me, I want it a little bit melted because I want my filling to be a little more liquidy because I'm going to be adding a little trick with some Nutella. And then when it sits in the fridge for 2 hours, it's going to come out really nice, okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the microwave for about 15, 20 seconds. You don't need to put it in there that long. Also for the pie crust, the reason why we made our pie crust before the show was because we had to let it sit so that way it can hold everything together because there was melted butter and the whole Oreo cookie, which has the filling in the middle. And that filling and the butter mixed together, once you put it through a food processor, when I will demonstrate that too in a little bit how that works, it comes out with this crumb consistency. So when you put it out and flatten it on the pan and leave it in the fridge for about 30 to 40 minutes, it sticks together. It won't fall apart like this would, okay? So I just wanted to firmly explain that first so that way you guys understand why we didn't demonstrate the pie crust, okay?
Mhm.
All right, move it in for about 10 more seconds. Can you guys see my dog? He's right there. That's Rocco. He thinks he's gonna get chocolate, but he can't.
He's being so good.
I know. I gave you a treat already. Look at, see? Don't give me that look. This is my child, you guys. Okay, Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm still putting the peanut butter in the measuring cup.
Okay. He's gonna sneak a treat real quick, you guys. Can you sit for me? Okay, remember, don't eat on the couch. Okay, go ahead. So,
Amazing.
making a dessert pizza is like making any kind of other pizza you want. So for my toppings, I'm gonna put them to the food processor to put chunks in them, but I'm gonna use Reese's peanut butter cups and peanut M&Ms. So what will you guys use for your dessert toppings?
Chocolate. A lot of chocolate.
Lots and lots of chocolate.
Well,
I like-
chocolate is what I usually use on my dessert pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah.
peanut butter and cream cheese idea. I think I would. I've never made a dessert pizza, but I think I would do peanut butter and cream cheese.
Yeah, and there's
Can I have
so
the
many,
whipped cream?
yeah, there's so
Here.
many types of ways you can make it. And so this wasn't a specific recipe. It was just ideas I got off of research. So you guys can really make it however you want. You just got to do your research and have a good
Mhm.
I would say eyeball measurement technique. If not, always start it off by an 8 ounce or a cup, okay? So once you're done with the microwave, Jason, you're gonna put that peanut butter that's a little bit softer
How
and
do I
warm
use it?
in to, let me get another thing, into your mixing bowl. So see how it comes out a little bit easier because of those oils in the peanut butter. And it smells so good. I feel like I'm about to make a big Reese's cup, which I kind of am really, if you think about it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I can definitely mix this with a stirring spatula, but it takes a lot of work. So we're gonna use our hand mixer, okay? So Jason, are you ready for the hand mixer?
I'm pouring the peanut butter in the bowl right now.
Okay, great. So no problem. I'll wait for you. Does anybody have any questions or want to make any comments to what else they would put on their pizza?
Good.
Food?
Good.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
So
What
when
else?
Erica, when you're making the crust, you are including the whole cookie in the food processor, right? Like even the filling goes in there?
Yes, some people don't put the filling in there and they use that filling to mix it in the cream cheese for your pie filling. But I did it for this time because that filling is also gonna hold the crumb of the cookie really good. It's like hard as a rock right now. I don't want to break it, but you know what I mean. So,
Awesome. So acts as a binder. Cool. Thank you.
yes. Let me know when you're ready, Jason. I think he put himself on mute. Jason, can you hear me? I think he's already, let me see.
I was turning the blend.
Oh, you're gonna demonstrate the blend, remember?
Oh.
Can you go ahead and move your pie crust? There you go, buddy. Thank you so much. So everyone can see both of us, right? And so here he goes. He's gonna blend his until it's all evened out. And I'm gonna go ahead and do mine too, okay? You're gonna usually start off always at the beginning level of the heat. Then you're gonna work your way up a level.
So when you say level, Erica, are you talking about the speed of your hand mixer?
Yes, thank you, my speed. And it says on the mixer like a low speed, medium speed. So you always want to start with low and then work your way up and so it can mix better. All right. Now, what you're gonna do, once you're done mixing completely, you're gonna unplug first your mixer. Because again, we don't want to slip our thumb into turning it on while we're trying to remove these, okay? It's super dangerous. And just remove it and you can save it later to like it, but I'm not gonna do that today, okay? I'll
Hey,
save it
Erica,
for some-
can you describe to us how you were able to take out your mixing arms on your hand mixer? Do they just
Yes.
pull out and pop in?
So this one's an older hand mixer, like super old. So it literally does pop out or pop in, but I do have a newer one from at my studio, and it has a button. So that way you just push the button and they just pop out. That way you don't have to touch it. But I still would recommend that you unplug your mixer before you're removing anything, no matter if you're touching it or not, just to stay on the safe side, because you never know, okay? Does that answer your
Awesome.
question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. So you're gonna remove your tongs. That's done with me. Now I'm gonna take my spatula. And put it on top of my pizza crust and just delicately spread it around. It's not going to be perfect. There you go. It came out a little thicker than I was expecting. Don't do that with me yesterday. That's fun.
How are you doing, Jessica? Is your cream cheese spreading okay?
Yeah, I put a little bit, I spray already onto the crust and I also put some whipped cream on top.
Delicious.
You know what would be great, Jessica?
So
Can you please demonstrate how to use your mandolin and what fruit you're going to be using it with? And also, she's going to go ahead and show you a surprise accessible tool that she decided to purchase herself because she doesn't like using knives. So go ahead and Jessica, go ahead and talk about that, okay?
Yeah, I bought these gloves, these pair of gloves from Amazon, and they're no cut resistant type gloves for using the mandolin so that I don't cut myself.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Can we see him again? Oh, yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Left hand be in place. Where's your left?
On the handle.
Right. Tell me why. Can you tell me why we place it right there?
So it doesn't move anywhere.
Awesome.
And move it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making a long sliding motion down the mandolin over the blade with your strawberry.
Yeah, and
Is that correct?
Yeah, and it makes slices.
Very cool. So it makes it super easy to cut your food without
tablet with that, because it's been, and it looks, oops, let me change my camera, and it looks like this.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. I love it.
It looks awesome, Jessica.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Wait, change my camera around. There we go.
Okay. Thank you again, Jessica, for demonstrating that. That was so
And
awesome.
I got Oreo cookies and granola to put on top.
Delicious.
That is an awesome dessert pizza. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jason, how are we doing?
I'm working on spreading the peanut butter and the cream cheese.
Okay. So here's how mine looks like so far. And I basically just kind of pressed it onto the crust. And so I'm gonna leave that there. Now what I'm gonna do some Nutella, and I'm gonna run that in the microwave for a few seconds as well, because I'm gonna use it as a drizzle on top. So I'm just only taking maybe a 1/4 cup. Don't really need that much. I'm gonna have that melt a little bit in the microwave.
Hey, Erica, what's Nutella?
Nutella is a hazelnut chocolate spread, cocoa spread. And it's super delicious, it's super healthy. It's a good substitute from other chocolates that have a lot of processed sugars in it, and this one doesn't really. But I love it. You can use these for like chocolate covered strawberries as well, or chocolate covered bananas or marshmallows or however you want to cover anything, okay?
I like that idea. I'm gonna cover my marshmallows with healthy chocolate sauce.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna move this so that way.
Yeah, I'm just doing the kiwi.
Oh, you're slicing your kiwi? Awesome. So, can we see my food processor?
Yep.
Okay, great. So this is a food processor. This was my grandmother's as well. And it's a little older. I don't know how old, because the instructions come in a VHS tape. And we don't have VHS anymore. So this is a little bit older of a model, but it still works. So we're using it, okay? You can use this to make salsa, to do crumbs, to just chop up some maybe vegetables or candy or fruit. It also has a slicing feature that you can switch it out to, and a shredding feature so you can shred anything you need. So it's a faster process of chopping anything, shredding anything, making a sauce, making a salsa, making a paste, making a puree. There's unlimited amount of things you can do with food processor. And when I used it this morning, I was so happy. So it helped me out a lot, get through things faster today. So I already used it for my Oreo pie crust, so I had to wash it and do it again. But I'm just gonna show you how I use it to chop up some Reese's Pieces and some peanut M&Ms, okay? Ooh, that was a little loud. Yeah, I'm gonna mute this one, okay? So the cool thing also about this food processor, if it's not closed or connected to the bottom part properly, like it's not closed all the way, right? It will not turn on. It will not turn on. So you have to make sure it's fully closed. You'll hear it click. And this is fully set in. It's already clicked in. And it's a little bit of a force to take out. So it's not easily breakable, okay? They're very durable. They're awesome. So I'm just gonna pulse this real quick, but I'm gonna mute myself, okay?
And so Jessica is finishing up her fruit for her pie, and Erica is pressing the pulse button several times to roughly chop her candy in the food processor.
So this is some chopped, and it crumbled a little bit too. So I didn't want to do it too much because I still want some bits and chunks on top of my pizza, like your toppings on your pizza, okay? So coming back to the middle, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle these on top. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the blade. I don't hurt myself, okay? Sprinkle these on top. Rocco, don't eat that peanut. Where's he at? Oh, he's gone. He's gone with his biscuit, you guys. All right. Put this on top. So there's my toppings. Pretty simple. You can add more too. Like you can be like Jessica and top it with strawberries and kiwi and Oreos and whipped cream. For some fruit ideas, I put in the recipe list for that email that Tanisha sent out. The fruit pizzas, there's a lot. You can do canned mandarins, those are delicious. You can do kiwi, strawberry, peaches, pineapples. What other fruit would you put on your fruit pizza, you guys? Anybody?
Apples.
Apples? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you can do sliced apples. You can slice them through the mandolin. What else? You can do blueberries. You can do grapes, raspberries. I mean,
Nectarines.
yeah, you could do granola too. Jessica's doing granola. You can do almond shavings. You can do coconut shavings. What else? Anybody else?